Hello, what is going on, everybody? It's your friend GSQ Subevo, and here today I'm going to talk about the different types of bounces that there are actually in this game. A lot of times people wonder and they ask questions in comments, or oftentimes might be too afraid to even ask a comment like, what type of bounce was that, or how did you do that? And, they're just kind of left in the dark. And I didn't realize this really until I realized that I've been playing this game for too long and probably just know a little bit more about this stuff than your average person just playing this game. I've been more involved in this, and it's completely understandable. But this is to anyone out there, just so you know and you have a better understanding of what this stuff is. I wish someone would have made this a long time ago for me. It would have made a lot of things easier in my opinion. But here we go. We're going to start off into this. The first type of bouncing that we're going to show here today is cancel bouncing. This is just basically just straight up come into a wall and pulling back with your left stick. You're going side to side. You're not slamming into the wall. You have cancel bouncing. When you step up from there, you start to move on to what a lot of people are actually going to then call camera bouncing. Where you're not directly pulling back or canceling per se on the wall. You're continuing to hit A to go to the next wall without stopping really and canceling off the wall. You are still canceling in a sense, but at the same time you're continuing on. And that's camera bouncing for you. And when you learn that, you're going to want to learn how to turn around. And a lot of times you get involved with a thing called square bouncing. Well, this is pretty much just staying in one area and you're almost going in a figure eight, but it's more of a square where you're turning around and continuously going in what appears to be almost a circle, but it's not quite a circle. It's a square, so that's why they call it square bouncing. You do have a circle bounce, and that's actually when your character is spinning. And you're going like that, or around a circle, but you're going to continuously bounce without slamming into the wall, and they call this circle bouncing. It's been around for a little while, been able to do it in quite a few different Gears of War games, but that is circle bouncing. The next bounce on the list is up bouncing. Now this is camera bouncing, but you're actually looking up while camera bouncing. So you got your right stick obviously involved for your camera, and you're going side to side, just like you were regularly camera bouncing, but you're looking up while doing so. And as you can imagine, the opposite obviously of up bouncing. Some people would call it downward bouncing or down bouncing. I just like to say camera bouncing looking down or looking down bouncing. But we'll go with the down bounce for some sort of proper terminology here. A little bit more left stick involved with this bounce in particular because just how you have to actually hold your right stick to keep this bounce in a flow. And it looks pretty nice. It's one of my favorite ones, but with this amount of left stick going involved, you then have a twitch bounce where it's almost like a camera bounce or a cancel bounce, but you're actually doing so simultaneously off the same wall oftentimes, and you're doing it a lot faster, and it almost turns into what it looks like, and that's how it got its name, is you're twitching. So that's why they came up with the terminology twitch bounce. And that's just when you're just canceling off the same wall repetitiously. You can go back and forth between different walls and still it be considered twitch bouncing, but you definitely want to be in the sequence of hitting the wall more than a few times. So, obviously you're getting more left stick involved, and then you have something that some people call a stationary bounce. This was done in core, so it's not as fast as it could be, but this is pretty much just when you're actually going to be stationary and bouncing in one spot. A lot more left stick involved here, still a good bit of camera, but you're staying in one spot and you're just going left to right, and it's actually an effective move because a lot of times you're in close quarters like that. But next is got to be angular bouncing, where you're actually moving just pretty much your left stick. Your right stick is still going a little bit, not much though. It's just pretty much left stick, left, right, left, right, left, right. You got variations of this where you could do it looking down, of course, and you could do it, of course, even looking up. Functionality of that is just not so much. And then when you got all of these, you actually have what they call swerving or hyper bouncing. This is a combination of angular bouncing and camera bouncing, and you have what they call swerving or hyper bouncing. This is on the next level, But last but not least, it's not one of my favorite bounces, but it's unique in a sense. I've been doing it since Guthrie here and there. Just for montage purposes. I don't really see an effective purpose to it, but it looks cool. A-B bouncing, when you're angling your camera at a wall, and you're directly looking at the wall and going back and forth between A and B, and they call it the A-B bounce. So that wraps up pretty much everything. There is obviously variations of these bounces, but this is pretty much everything that you need to know. Or everything that actually might make more sense of what you already know. And of course, there might be some different terminology out there for some of this stuff, but I really just wanted to get the most common terminology out there and also help you understand exactly the differences between some of the stuff that you might see that's going on in some of the videos. So I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe. It would be awesome, and it would help out a lot. I really enjoy making videos, and I really want to continue to do this regardless of where this game takes us. And I really enjoy actually being able to see people also do this stuff. Thank you.